Alright, so this will be first project critique for the Lego man. First thing I want to do is grab these and if anything, they should either be in a display layer right here. You select them, put them in here, and double click, and you give it a name, and you just set it to reference so you can just hide it, show and hide. Alright, so you have this good name, everything's cleared out, put in a group, which is cool, with the arms, and the rotations values are there so we can rotate, right? Other thing is this and this one, right, has a rotation value. Probably want to set to object, Control Shift right click, right? So that's good. Okay. All right. All right. There's a name. Good. Everything's named. Yeah, it's clean. Only things I would do is, for example, let me just I'm in vertex mode, but I'm gonna select that. I'm just checking if there's any potential overlapping for. Ooh, right here. See these guys? And right here. This happens because when you press just the backspace. Yeah, when you press the backspace, it'll delete the edges, but won't delete the vertices. So you want to go Shift right click, delete vertices. Ooh, shit. Or maybe just press backspace. Yeah, backspace. So backspace is less destructive than doing the other way around that I just showed with the floating menu. Yeah, so make sure to get rid of floating vertices. They make problems like during render. So like this guy, and you have X-ray on. That's cool. Yeah, and it's let's grab his center. Press D as in David, and then just eyeball it like that. And zooming in, I notice it's not completely centered, right? So right now I had pressed D as in David for the move pivot point, but now while it's still live and active like that, I'm gonna hold X as an X-ray and then left click on that and it'll just snap it. Again, just gently tug it, it'll snap. And then I'm gonna just and I let go of the X after I snap it to the grid. That's super important. Make sure to do that. Next thing is we need to cut a center line. So I Shift right click. We're going to use the multi-cut tool. So again, that's Shift, hold right click, multi-cut tool. Let go. Here it is. Now I need to hold Control, and I also need to hold Shift. I need to find the midpoint. Here's my midpoint. It's not a perfect straight line, right? There's some overlapping right here, but it's okay. Control and Shift and right click and let go. And it's not perfect. Press W, right click on it within this anywhere here in its body. Hold right click, choose vertex, grab all of these, right, marquee select, press R for scale, and this handle, yank on it until it straightens up. Now press W for the move tool, press and hold X as an X-ray, grab left click onto this and snap it. It'll snap temporarily somewhere else, but you just snap it back. That's how you have a dead centered line. It's important for whether it be additional modeling, UV mapping. It's a point of origin in terms of symmetry, and also like even rigging and stuff. It's a fundamental thing to have. All right. And then I'm also considering if this thing were to ever be rigged, right? And rigging, it requires if it's gonna be like an accordion, you know, like an accordion. So if it bends like an accordion. So let me type out polygon mesh for rigging. So in order to have, these are your bones, right? And in order for these bones to bend, it needs to have, see these mesh lines? Just enough mesh lines to have it bend. If there's not enough, you know, wireframe, chicken coop wireframes, then it can't bend. Like over here, you see how it's able to bend right here, and some of it right here, but it's not that great. You see that? That's because it needs to bend more, the edge loops. Like, see this? It has enough ridges or lines for it to bend like an accordion. So I wish I had better examples. But for example here, these have enough lines to make it bend. See this? See how it's bending? Because of the lines. If there's not enough lines, it's gonna get wrecked. See? This is better than this. So just to be mindful of that. Yeah. So this guy is not enough. Let's say if you want to give this guy be able to bend its upper chest, you know, to kind of have artistic license and give it flexibility to bend more, right? You just never know. So shift right click, multi-cut tool. I'm going to just cut across here and across here. So maybe or I'm gonna hold shift, just hold shift out here. Holding shift, I'll make a straight line. Alright, hold shift. Ooh, look at this. These lines aren't exact. See? This is a bit of an issue for me. I like this one better, spacing on this one. So maybe I'll go double click that, right? Now maybe I'll just grab this one and this one, hold shift. I click that one part, hold shift, double click, so I only grab this. Or maybe, you know what? I want to double click. So I grab the entire loop. See the entire loop? And I'm going to pull it over. So I'm going to go to my modeling toolkit and transform constraint, edge, slide. Now it will slide along the edge perfectly. It's different from just yanking on it. Right now it looks like it's not, like it doesn't matter, but so let's say for example this one, double click that, right? If you do an edge slide, watch what it does. See? Edge slide. Double click, edge slide. So a little bit closer, but this one here is too close. Alright, so that part's good. These guys are good. This is good, right? Nice and clean. Yeah. Okay. Let me just, I'm gonna turn, well, also make sure to turn it off. Just making sure everything is, yeah, nothing got affected. So one of the things you want to do is right click and you want to blow away this, because with hard surface modeling, it's just overall it's just better to have perfect symmetry, just for multiple reasons why, for like rigging and stuff. And so this selected, right? Edit, duplicate special, option box. Just make it a copy, and I'm gonna flip it on this side, so it's gonna be a negative on the X. Red is X, so X column. Scale on the X column, -1, and this is X, Y, Z. Make it regular 1. Then number copies, just copy and hit apply. Hey. What the hell? Why is it invisible? Oh, it put it in here too. That's so weird. It put it in this layer. Why the hell would it do that? Okay, I'm gonna undo that. That is bizarre. I've never seen that before. Anyway, let me just grab that again. And why is it still selected? Oh, that's so weird. I hold control and click it, deselect it. That's weird. Maybe that's why it went in there, because it was highlighted. It's just something good to know, I guess. Anyway, same thing, -1 on the X, apply. Boom, there we go. Now it's not in here. Okay, whatever. So this and this, I'm gonna combine it. Mesh, combine. So it's one mesh, right? It made this garbage crap. I'm gonna grab all of this. Instead of deleting it, because sometimes when you delete it, it does something stupid. So I'm gonna go edit, delete by type, history. I'm also gonna grab this, edit, delete by type, history. Right, so it blew away one of those empty group nodes or transform nodes and delete that. Alright, it's fine. Let's just name it chest, or you could name it upper body. Alright, so that part's set. Okay, and the center point is dead center, which is fine, right? But we have to go and merge it. You see, it's not merged. So from here, I'm gonna go select all of that, shift right click, hold it, merge vertices, go into it, don't let go, merge vertices, option box right there, 0.005, that means only when it's super close it's gonna merge. I have 36, hit apply, and it successfully went to 18. Now I close it. Right. So that's good. You can go and edit delete by type history. Delete by type history is also here. See? Alright, good. Alright, lastly, this guy right here, the arms, right? It looks like overall it looks good. There's some things where it's kind of and could use some work. So what you could do is, let me just show this part. This is called isolate select, where you select it, this guy right here, where it will only show, isolates and shows whatever you selected. So for example, this one, I do notice this, right, which to show the upper arm, right, to cross over, but it's also kind of stretching. So what you can do is shift right click, multi-cut tool, and perhaps doing this may work out, right, like that. Could end it here. So maybe I don't know, do something like that, and then like that. Right, you see this part at the rear, like that. Okay. And over here, I'm gonna do multi-cut, shift right click. I'm gonna just add a dot. Press W. Oh, vertex, and it added a dot right there. See? And then from there, I'm gonna go to my modeling toolkit. I don't like where it's positioned, and I'm not gonna move it. If I move it, see what happens? It moves along the plane, right, but not perfectly. So it's a little sketchy. Like you can do things like this or like this, which is what you want to avoid. The moment this happens, the model is lost. So I'm gonna do transform constraint, surface slide. It's gonna slide along the surface. And it shouldn't penetrate through. It shouldn't, I hope. Right? It shouldn't, right? So I'm looking here. Yeah, it doesn't. Good. See? This is nearly impossible without, this is literally impossible without this on. It'll slide along the surface. It's smart enough. There. So why did I do that? Well, this will help to hold the shape, meaning that if I right click, you see how it's firming up right there? See that? It's firming it up. Alright, it's already 17 minutes. Damn it. Cut. I'm gonna use the multi-cut. I'm gonna cut here and here. Press W. So you can see how it's firming up again. It was too close. Anyhow, I'm gonna pause the video. Okay. So I'm thinking. Okay. Thinking, you know what? If I cut across, right? It's gonna make a line. For now, let me go back. I'm gonna grab this, shift right click, delete edge, right? Then, okay. Alt 5, right? Okay, I'm just trying to see what's the least amount of work that I could have you do, you know? So let me go back. I'm gonna select what I just did, right? I'm gonna go delete it, delete edge, right? So that it happens a lot where you start modeling something and you kind of go back and forth. I have my surface edge slide. Let's turn to edge and let's clean this up a bit. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Non-invasive. Grab that. I'm gonna pull on. Ooh, pull on this. Ooh, no. Pull on that. No. Pull on. No. Okay, I don't like Ugh, come on, dude, seriously. Alright, so I made it slide up. I changed my camera angle, and I put it inside of this box that's just kind of like a target aiming, like that. See this? Then I can slide it up like that. That's the only way to do it when things get kind of complicated. So what I'm doing right now is just touching up your surface of it. So in here, I'm gonna go click on that, and so it goes up that line, and I'm just spreading out a little bit more, like here. So it goes inside this big old box in here. Now we can slide up. Grab that, slide it up. Okay, just to clean it up. Grab that, slide it down. Okay, good. Grab this, you slide it up a bit, slide that back a bit, grab that, slide it up a bit. So as you can see now, the lines are becoming more and more cleaned up. And even this here, you see this here, it's going wonky like this, like whoa, like that, like wobbly. Then first let's turn off this, and this to this, I'm gonna double click. So I only select that, right? I only select that, and I want this to be a nice straight line. So I'll press R, right? Looks like I got Control Shift right click. I'm in object mode, right? So it's maintaining that rotation, which is good. Maybe I'll use this. I'm looking around to see this angle. So you can do that, see what's happening. Maybe it's too much. That maybe? I'm thinking it might be too much, but at least now it's straight, right? And then maybe I'll do some of this, right? See how it's becoming more of a angular shape, like it's been like it came out of a plastic mold, right, off of a factory, right? So that's all I did. Press 3. Then now I'm gonna uncheck this, right? Okay, so but I like this where it has a bit of this little angled area right here, right? But this does not. So maybe I'm thinking I'm gonna grab this and up to here. Oof, no. Grab this and this, and this. Okay. Control Shift right click, object mode for my move tool. Control Shift right click, right? So now it turns specific rotation. There's its angle of the move, and then maybe I'll look from here like this. Gonna pull this back a bit, right? Right, so before, after. Control Y is to redo. So now I have something similar to this. See this? And one could think, what's the big deal? Like, why all that work? Well, thing is that it cleans it up, right? Alt 5. The lines become, well, looks like it's not noticeable. Like it's not a big deal. But then see, when you turn it this way, you see how it starts to look wobbly. See this? Whereas this, starts to look a lot more straight and predictable. Okay, then grab this. I'm gonna turn the edge slide. I'm gonna edge slide this so that the spacing right here, see the spacing in this line, right? See this one is not bad. Looking here, this one right here, you could use some work. It's collapsing down, so maybe I'll turn it off because edge slide is not gonna. Wait, let me just try. Yeah, see, it's doing this, so it's not gonna work. Maybe I'll go turn it off, and then I'll use this angle to push up a bit to give it its volume back, basically. See, I'm giving its volume back, right? This is because Control Shift right click object mode, right? The reason why we can still do it like this angled is that we still have a rotation value. So if anything, you'll remember this kind of stuff. Whereas if you freeze the rotation, this will be a perfect straight up and down, and it's harder to manipulate things. Now over here, I'm looking between 3 and 1. So I'm at level 1, and what I'm seeing is that several of the lines could be cleaned up. And I don't have my edge select on, right? I'm just trying to do this, right? This is not edge slide, this is default. I'm just trying to bring back the volume. See this? It's collapsing, it's caving in, right? So you want to have a clean mesh where it's predictable that it's holding its shape. See how here it kind of juts out like that. So it's a lot more predictable. See this? Do that and do some of that. Even here is wobbly. So, you know, you can just carefully go in. Maybe do some of this, push it out carefully, push it out. And I'm always looking from like these angles. Push it out, turn it a bit, push it out, go up a bit, grab this, push it up. Anything that helps to prevent it looking super wobbly. And you have to carefully select it, kind of inch its way forward, right? And don't have it too close to each other. See right here? This one's too close. Looking over here, zooming in. Alright, so I like the way it's angled, so I'm going to push it up. Like this one, I'm also going to push it up. And this is not using my edge slide. So we got lucky where the natural orientation is helping us. And I'm also going to tuck this out, so my line of action, if this were a figure drawing, to maintain that surface volume or mass. See how much different it looks. This one here juts out a bit much, so maybe I'll tuck that in a bit. See? And maybe tuck that up a bit. This part looks good. Right, this part, it's a little, right here it kind of juts out a bit. So maybe I'll tuck that in. Look this way, all different angles, and we tuck that back in a bit. This, like that. Look this way. Right. And over here is a little wonky. Maybe I'll push it out. Oh shit, what just happened? No. This guy right there. Maybe a little bit more. Grab that, maybe tuck that in a little bit. Turn it around a bit. See all this right here? If you think of it as an ant crawling, right? You want to try to maintain the surface, have a bit of a regularity to it. There you go. Grab that, maybe do this, do that a bit. Grab, maybe go in this mode, and maybe I'll push this up a bit, get its surface volume back so it doesn't look like it's collapsed, like that. See? And this part is collapsing in, so I'm gonna tuck it back out a bit. Push it up a bit. Push this down a bit. Grab that, maybe tuck this up. Tuck this forward a bit, just centered. Grab that. Push it a bit like that. You have to be very careful not to grab multiple things from behind. There. See, over here it's kind of wobbly, but over here is it's holding its mass. And you know, if he looks too buff, you can always dial it down a bit. Like that. Grab these two, right? It's outline, push it down, and it's still good. Grab this and push it up. Grab that, maybe push this back a bit. Push it up. See? And you can even stop it. This is where this becomes really useful. You grab this guy, channel box, dump it in here, right? And you just lock it so you can't grab it. Grab this guy, put that in there, lock him too. Yeah, so maybe he's too buff. So you can do that. Maybe grab these two, tuck him in, grab that, maybe tuck that in a bit. Little micromanaging things. There, see? Very clean. And then, you know, if I really want to go back in, multi-cut, right? Do this, start from here, go up like that, give it about this much space, right? Not too close, because I want to have a bit of an edge control, right? Go up here. Once my base shape is, its mass has been confirmed, right? That I'm happy with. Make my go like this, and it ends here, right? So I'm looking at this where it ends, that line ends right there. So maybe I'll end it here. See what it did? See? It firmed it up, kind of just like in the Lego toys. See? You can do that. And then maybe I'll set my body as a template, right? I can go in here, and then I can I use the multi-cut tool, and I can just come in on this side, go like this, give it this much space so I can have a edge support. See what I'm doing? And then this part, I can leave it open. I can make it like that, and I can come back down like this, and I can come back down like that, and like that, and end here. And then come back over here, shift right click, multi-cut, press G to do the last command, do that. Press 3. Oof, this is nasty right here. Right, but at least you can see it right there. You see this? Right. So, from what I remember, the Legos have a like this, right? I don't remember exactly, but I could just go ahead and continue the line, whatnot. I don't remember how it looks like. I think it is. Let me double check. Okay, it looks like there isn't. It kind of... Right, it looks like it keeps it. It has some of it here, right there. See that? See that? See? So it does go straight. That line right there, see? Right there. See right there? It does make that line. See that right there? That's what I'm talking about. Right there. These are renders, but still. So, you know, what you could do is, I'm gonna end it soon, but just for the hell of it, right? Multi-cut. Maybe I'll have it, I don't know, and maybe end around here, maybe something like that. And the wider that I open this edge, right, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna grab this, delete it, multi-cut. I'll cut here, open it up more, right, like that. Then I'll grab the vertex and I'll go shift right click, merge vertices, target weld, grab that, boom. Oof, that's awful. Press W, get out of it. There, see? Bam. But ends way down here, right? But as you can see, right? And what I could do is, so I like what I'm seeing. Maybe I'll have it end and grab that. Maybe I'll grab this, go to modeling, edge slide, right? And I'm gonna slide this down up to here, right? Then I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna slide it up. The reason why I'm sliding it up is that if I make the gap bigger, it'll make the hard edge softer, so less obvious and a little bit more organic, and like that. And I have edge slide on, right? See, there you go. And then this guy is penetrating through the ground into this upper body too much, so I'm gonna turn off edge slide. I'm gonna grab bits at a time, right? Like him and him and him, right? These guys, only those. Then I'm gonna just turn it off and then push it up. So it does this. Now, see? I can make it look much more natural, like that. Maybe something like this a bit. Maybe I can even rotate it a bit. Ever so slightly. Oof, that don't look good. Okay, no, actually that's not bad. Press 3, get out of it. Maybe I'll go, do some touch-ups, grab these, right? Because right now they're going through the ground, his upper body, so I'm going to pull it out like this, right? And see, I grab all that area. This area, maybe I'll grab this, right? That much, press 4, that guy right there. Just pull it out, see? So it adds to the realism. Grab this, I can pull it out a bit, and then I'll grab behind these guys, see those guys? Right, maybe I'll tuck them back in like here. See? This much. See? That little much, it does help. It adds to the realism.